It is Wednesday, November 19th, 1:31 p.m. here on the West Coast. We had another week off.
We did. I was on the road, man.
That's why I mentioned Delaware. He was 3,000 miles away.
I took another bye.
Good excuse, but
work adventures.
Hopefully, it would be nice to do one Zoom podcast.
It would be, dude. I was trying to work it in. I was thinking about. I was like, how am I gonna? I had no time. Otherwise, dude, you're right. It was at top of mind. I wish I could make that work.
I mean, it's the future of this podcast.
Okay.
Because who knows
where we'll be?
I'd like to do this. Let's do this for 18 years.
Yes, dude. I'm down.
Where to start? We will start with the quarterback list that you mentioned. I've been calculating the QB rankings using very simple numbers here. There are two major QB rankings now. There's passer rating that we always have known that goes up to like 158 max, right?
Right.
Then there's QBR that goes up to 100 max. These two things are entirely different.
Okay.
I'm an idiot, so I still haven't really looked into what goes into making these ratings much.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we'll do that at some point this year.
Yeah, one of them factors running into it, right?
Much more, I think.
Yeah, much more.
But let me give an example before we go into the full list of how different these are. Mason Rudolph, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to be starting most likely this week for the Steelers.
Yeah, poor Aaron.
One of the nice things about doing this list of 32 is that we're telling you who's going to be starting this week, right?
Yeah.
And we're excluding everyone else. So it's a true Week 12 list. Mason Rudolph has played one half plus I think two passes before that. He has the highest passer rating in the NFL.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
Small
Samples, yeah.
Shedeur Sanders has the lowest passer rating at a 13.5. Rudolph's is 117.4. But the Rudolph thing, technically highest passer rating in the NFL, he only has a 24.6 QBR with a 117.4 passer rating.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible, so we got to figure that out.
Yeah, well, it's probably opportunities. It's probably amount of passes thrown. It's probably got something to do with stuff like that. And lack of running involved or, something to do with like total plays too.
It must.
Something.
Which is nice. We don't care about how many games you played. If you're starting this week, you're on the list of 32. Let's run through this relatively quickly.
Sure.
The A team, the A players rather, the A quarterbacks.
I love it.
We got A, B, C, and D, just like we do for the point differential power rankings. This week there are 10 quarterbacks in the A group because we have a three-way tie for 8th.
Okay.
Let's start at tied for 8th. Pat Mahomes, Brock Purdy, and Jared Goff. Your boy is back in the A group.
He looked okay. I mean, I'm glad he's in the A group. There were a couple throws that were like, ooh. But, he made it work. I'm surprised Goff's that high. He looked like he was rattled in that game. And a lot of his throws were off. His accuracy wasn't as great as you're used to seeing from Goff Monday night.
He had a horrific game.
Or was it Sunday night?
14 for 37 or something.
He was. I'm surprised he's ranked that high.
Well, he dropped. He was, I think, maybe 4th or 5th.
Okay.
So, those are tied for 8th.
Yeah.
Josh Allen makes his way back into the A group at 7. The guy had 6 total touchdowns.
It's like one of the most amazing performances ever.
Jordan Love shared a TikTok clip.
You did. Man.
Better than people think.
Absolutely.
That Giants front 4, front 7 is pretty
troublesome.
Damn good.
Yeah.
They're much better than their record, I think, the Giants.
Yeah. You've been saying that.
So he's at 6. Sam Darnold, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks, drops to number 5. He was number 1 last week. So interesting that we can have a number 1 guy have such a shitty game.
Yeah.
So it's not really a predictor necessarily, I guess.
And it's not a week-to-week thing. It takes into account past week performances.
Whole season.
Okay.
Yeah, whole season.
Thanks for the clarity on that.
I think we didn't get into this until week 8, week 9.
Right.
I gave it some time to
It's a newer segment, yeah.
Stafford still at number 4. Dak Prescott, the third best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he's dropping some dimes.
The Cowboys are really kind of a bizarre and fascinating team.
They're kind of sneaky right now. They could be sneaky. They got that one tie. Could help or hurt them.
That NFC 7 seed continues to be fascinating, as it does
wide open.
As it does in the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC is getting interesting. Real interesting.
Lamar, always a top guy. He's number 2, and Drake fucking May is number 1. So there's our A group. B group and C groups are fascinating.
Drake May, dude, MVP.
We can skip through this quickly because we're going to double down on all these guys as we talk about the
Okay.
games. B group, there's only 6 guys. Number 11, Daniel Jones. Number 12, Jalen Hurts. Number 13, Baker Mayfield. 14, Justin Herbert. 15, Marcus Mariota, somehow. And 16, the aforementioned Mason Rudolph. Is that a sign of things to come for the Steelers this week? I kind of think so. I don't think they're really that much worse off. He came in, scored points against one of the worst teams in football.
Yeah, the worst.
So I just, I kind of believe in Mason a little bit. And the fact that he's sitting there, despite the very, very small sample size, says something. The Commanders have a bye. They are one of the worst teams in football. They are my team. If you don't watch the pod, Mariota's still not that bad, honestly.
Yeah. But tough times in Washington. It'll be interesting to see what Mason does this week. The M&M, that's interesting. 15-16, Marcus Mason.
Yeah.
One of these things doesn't belong.
Herbert consistently at 14. Chargers had an abysmal week, and we will talk about how schizophrenic they are.
Boy, they did. That was strange, huh?
And I hate the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Okay. C group, 17 through 24. We got Caleb Williams, Jacoby Brissett, Bo Nix, Davis Mills, Tyler Show, what's his name? Bryce Young, Tua, and Justin Fields still sneaking into that C group. Any comments quickly from that 17 through 24?
Oh, yeah. Bo Nix is interesting this year, man. He just doesn't really seem to be lighting the league on fire, but kind of has that, developing that persona, like all he does is win. Caleb's had a good season, man. The Bears are nice right now. Jacoby, hey, if you just throw it like 1,000,000 times per game, maybe eventually you'll be in the C group, right? Bryce Young, man, what a year. What a year for Bryce, man. The Panthers are sneaky.
Bears and Panthers are two teams that you as a 49ers fan, unfortunately, have to keep your eye on.
We got a big one against Carolina this Monday night at home. Yeah. Man, Fields, I don't know, dude. I was watching him kind of closely during that game. Got to watch a lot of that game. It's so interesting. He's definitely dual threat. He can run, but it just seems like he can't quite get his passing game dialed in. Granted, he's under pressure a lot, but going through his reads and his progressions seem to just be tough for him.
Yeah, he can't throw for passing yards, which is a tough thing if you're a quarterback. That said, he doesn't throw picks.
Yeah.
He runs for yards. And you look at a guy like Jalen Hurts, again, 124 yards this week. It's like, if you throw Justin Fields on the Eagles, how much worse are they? I don't know. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Almost 2 times, frankly.
Yeah.
He can throw a deep ball. Fields, can you name a Jets receiver now that Garrett Wilson's out?
Yeah, totally. Their lack of weapons hurts.
So at the very least, this shows that
there's
something still kind of to cling to with Fields.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they picked up the Adonai Mitchell wideout from Indy in that trade they made.
Right.
And, Fields put one real nice on his numbers deep. It was a deep ball, and Mitchell just dropped it. And it was like, But there was a really interesting stat revealed about Fields that, he's very bad at throwing to receivers who are open. He's one of the worst in the league at, dropping it into a catchable area for a guy who doesn't have a defender close by. And I forget the description of the stat. It was it was some EPA, some weird statistical description, but basically the guy broke it down and was talking about how he has a tough time with his accuracy.
Well, it reminds me of someone else. The other round of highlights I sent to you, Mr. McCarthy in Minnesota.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Wow, what a tough week with his accuracy. Good call.
Before we skip past the C group, Davis Mills still playing again for this Texans team that needs to win. He's 2-0.
Ooh, boy, they snuck one out. Ooh, they almost got beat.
They got a tough one this week, and we'll get to our Week 12 picks on that.
Yeah, Bills.
Also, we'll talk about Jacoby Brissett in a second. Tua, just kind of there. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Saints guy. He's sneaking up into 21st overall, higher than I thought he'd be. Again, it's a pretty small sample size.
Gosh.
They had a bye this week.
Yeah.
So he moved up a few spots during the bye.
That's always nice. I haven't watched much of him.
No.
I was kind of bummed when Rattler went down. It's kind of quietly pulling for Spencer Rattler.
I'll take Rattler as a backup. The D group, Jameis in his first game, He at least moved to the top of the D group, so he's a decent D.
Yeah.
Flacco. This is 25 through 32. Winston, Flacco, Trevor Lawrence, Geno Smith, Cam Ward, Kirk Cousins. Now Michael Penix is on the IR.
It's true.
J.J. McCarthy, and the boy
Shador
with a 2.4 QBR and a 13.5 passer rating.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders at number 32.
The post-game press conference when he was talking a little bit about like lack of reps with the first team and just kind of like how he explained it, I was like, okay, I like this guy.
Hey,
I like this thought process.
Don't take him if you don't want to change the culture of your franchise.
I know.
Dog.
It was interesting what he had to say, though. It was, man, it resonated with me. It was like, I'm pulling for him this week. I hope he has a good week.
Look, whether you're in politics or sports, there is no success without humility. You have to be humble. You have to be modest. If you get over your skis and you think you're the shit with your words and not your actions, it's like it's gonna fucking not gonna go well, dude. Yeah. So that's a big thing for him.
You're right.
Confidence versus ego, I guess, is the battle there.
And I didn't see much ego in that press conference. I saw a guy who had been humbled, and I saw a guy talking like, explaining things in kind of like an eloquent way of like, I just liked his vision and his kind of thought process of like, I need to throw to my wideouts to know their instincts.
Sure.
I need to have more reps with the first team. We need to develop this chemistry. Like, I know what I got with my line, but I don't know what I got with my tight ends. And, it had been publicly talked about how he had not had any reps with the first team leading into getting an opportunity to play when Gabriel went down. And so I think that was one of the questions that brought up, and his explanation was like, okay, I get that a little bit.
Totally fair. But I think it's more like a brain exercise as a leader where you just have to take accountability no matter what. You see it in coaches.
Yeah.
So you're like, you, at the very worst, you say, look, I didn't perform well.
Yeah.
I really look forward to getting some reps with the first team.
Sure.
That's all.
That's kind of how he explained it. Okay. He wasn't throwing anybody under the bus, but yeah, boy, I agree, dude.
I don't mean to beat up on Shador.
No. Then that's a really interesting group too. McCarthy had a shit game. Now we got Kirk Cousins back in the fold. This is going to be interesting. And man, the Jaguars look pretty solid. They had an amazing win over the Chargers, but Trevor Lawrence doesn't have to do anything.
What?
And he's in the D group.
So confused.
Confused.
We'll go over the most schizophrenic teams.
And how about, dude? Okay, so all I want in the world of football is for like Uncle Joe to be doing well. And boy, he's had a tough time.
I think he's solidified his Hall of Fame spot.
Filling in for Burrow. Man, that throw to that Duggar took back on the pick six was a backbreaker in that Steelers game. It was like, and what were you looking at? I don't know. He's kind of had a tougher year this year than I think we're used to seeing late in his career.
The Bengals' defense is consistently putrid.
So bad.
But, it's funny. You go into Pittsburgh, it's a tough place to play. We saw that for some reason, it's that cold grass or something. The Colts lost there.
Yeah.
Bengals, normally pretty reliable, couldn't score. So
they could spit, though.
Should we go over? I wrote on the board.
Yeah?
The best spits of all time.
Okay.
If we can go over them real quick. We had the Jamar spit. He's suspended for a game. Frustrated, no doubt, as he should be.
He should be. I'm glad they got that right.
Early this season, we had the Jalen Carter, Dak Prescott spit. Suspended for 2 games.
2 games, yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Fucking Eagles.
I don't think he was suspended a game.
Oh, he was.
Okay.
He was. He was suspended that game and then another one after. So technically 2.
Okay.
It was 1 game, but he didn't play the
rest of that game.
One drive. It was
just a fine. All right, yeah.
I have Roberto Alomar when he spit on the umpire.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. That was a big deal when we were younger.
We have Tupac spitting at the cops in the Red Wings jersey. Iconic. We have Marty McFly with his mom. In the weirdest plot ever of a blockbuster movie in Back to the Future. Is there anything else up on the board?
No, that's good.
It? Okay. Out of those 5, what's yours? Oh,
Yeah, you bumped that pretty good there.
am I still in frame?
You are. You're looking good. It's recovered nicely.
Out of those 5, what do you go with?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Probably Roberto Alomar, man, just because the ump took it.
That was pretty epic.
It's one thing to spit on another player. It's very interesting to spit on a ref or an ump.
A legend, though. So many people would love to do that. I'm going to go with Pac in the Red Wings jersey.
Okay,
Iconic.
That makes sense.
All right, so we don't have to go through the entire point differential power ranking. We can stick with the point differential playoff prediction.
I like it. Where'd those Niners go? We jumped up quite a bit, didn't we?
You made it. Congratulations. You finally made it. First time this year.
I feel like we had our biggest margin of victory. Did we jump up in the rankings? Where are we, like 13, 12?
You are now at number 14.
Well, we're in the B group.
In the B group. I'll do that first. Best week, and this was week 11. Best week 11. The Jaguars jumped 9 spots.
Yeah, dude.
From 21 to tied for 12.
The Chargers.
Jaguars jumped 9 spots, and they're 6-4, so just a very weird team. Cowboys jumped 4 spots. They are now in the B group finally as well. They have never been there. And they finally have a positive point differential.
They have a lot of weapons, man.
They jumped from 20 to 16. They sure do. Steelers and Niners both jumped 3 spots, putting the Steelers ahead of the Ravens in the AFC North. They are in real life as they are in the point differential playoff prediction. The worst weeks, the Chargers dropped 4 spots. The Bucks dropped 4 spots. The Ravens, despite winning by 7, dropped 4 spots.
Interesting.
Not exactly sure how that works.
Because the Jags just had a crazy margin of victory.
The Bears, they beat the Vikings by 2, but they still dropped 3 spots. The playoffs, if we go by point differential only, and you can see all of this stuff on the AC Sports Pod on Instagram at AC Sports Pod. AFC playoffs, 1 through 4, right now. Colts still number 1 overall in the league. Patriots sitting at number 2. Chiefs, they're down 3.5 games to the Broncos. It's almost impossible for them to win the West.
It really is. Crazy.
But point differential still higher than the Broncos, so they're sitting at number 3. And then the Steelers are sitting at number 4. The Ravens are out of it in terms of point differential, sitting at number 10. The wild card teams, we'd have the Bills at 5, the Broncos at 6, and the Texans at 7. We'll talk a little bit more about that Texans, Jags, Chargers, Ravens, Chiefs, Steelers situation, fighting for the real final playoff spot. This list, though, tells us that the Texans are going to make it. It tells us that the Steelers are going to win the North, and it tells us that the Chiefs are still going to at least get in there, even though I don't see a path for them to win the West at this point.
It's real. The AFC just it got muddied up, man. I mean, with the way that the Jaguars are fighting, the way that the Texans are fighting, the fact that the Ravens have got Lamar back and are now in contention, all of a sudden, early in the season, it was like, oh, it's pretty clear that these 7 teams are going to be in the playoffs. Right. Now it's like there's like 10 teams fighting for it.
This list is still the same as it was in week 6 in different order.
Yeah.
I don't think that any of these teams, it's been these 7 the whole time.
Yeah, but it's just that like now it feels like more teams have a chance to get in.
They do.
Just because of Lamar and Houston, it was like they were like 2-4 at one point, and they've just kind of stayed in the fight. And obviously they've got a great defense, and you've been saying all along that they're going to get in. It's more competitive now than it was, which I think is cool. The
fact they've won two straight must-win games. Every game's kind of a must-win with Davis Mills is interesting.
Yeah.
I've had the Steelers beating the Ravens for that North title, despite the Ravens being favored even when they were 1-5.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh's going to be having some nightmares in the next few weeks.
That said, I thought the Ravens, if Gabriel doesn't go out of that game, the Browns kind of had that game.
They did kind of have it. I just feel like the Ravens are coming.
Yeah.
Their defense is playing better, and now they got Lamar back. And give Lamar a couple games to really get into the fold. It takes a couple games, and then look out. They're going to start clicking.
Let's talk about this now then. So These are the 16. Okay, these are the 4 teams that are in the playoffs in the AFC. 99.9% chance. Colts, Patriots, Bills, and Broncos, right? Which leaves, those are 4 spots. Which leaves.
Those are your division winners.
Not necessarily, because we have the Bills and Patriots are the same. Yeah. But those 4 will be there.
Okay, then what's the 5th team there? Because you got to add the division winner.
It's either the Ravens or Steelers. But so I'll kind of list it off here. So it's Texans, Jags, Chargers, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs. Those are 6 teams, right? One of them has to make it, Ravens and Steelers. So we take out one of those teams.
Right.
Doesn't matter which one. 2 of the 5 remaining have to make the playoffs. Which teams are they, Ross?
It's fascinating. I mean, I feel like the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's where my money would go now, but it's probably not going to happen considering that both of those teams have 5 losses.
It could 100% happen because
it could.
That just means the Ravens, and that's Ravens or Steelers, basically. It's either or.
The only person from that division, the only team from that division that gets in is the division winner.
Right. But one of them could still beat out, assuming the Chiefs are in.
Okay.
One of them could still beat out Chargers, Jags, or Texans.
That's true.
The Chargers are 7-4, but they look the worst out of those teams. Jags are 6-4, but they have looked bad this season. Texans got kind of a tough schedule. They have the best point differential by a mile over these other teams. So that's our AFC playoff situation.
Yeah, it's fascinating, man. I mean, Colts in, Patriots in,
Bills and Broncos in.
Broncos winning their division.
Right. And then Bills would be a wild
card. And then the
card.
Ravens are going to win their division. And then the 3 wild card teams are going to be Bills,
Steelers, according to you, and Chiefs.
No, I don't think the Steelers will get in. I think only one team from that division is going to get in.
So Bills, Chiefs, and who?
Oh, gosh.
Texans, Jags, or Chargers?
Texans, Jags, or Chargers, or Steelers are in that. Yeah. That's what I feel like is most likely going to happen.
Okay.
Though with one of those 4 teams.
Whew.
I mean, crazy, dude. Texans have the best defense.
Yeah, Texans and Steelers. It feels like we're going to get an two AFC North teams.
You think so? I could see it. I mean, yeah. It's. I feel a little bit more confident about the Steelers this year than in years past, where they notoriously just fold down the stretch, just because Rodgers. But now he's got a kind of a slight break in the wrist. We'll see how that factors in.
He's not even ruled out for this week.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't seem to be too bad.
He's got to sit.
Yeah,
I think. So my pick, I'm sticking with my point differential picks. So I think the Ravens are out, and I think the Jags and Chargers are out.
Ooh.
That's my pick. So, NFC. There's your comprehensive AFC.
That was. Breakdown. Dude, it's going to be fascinating. I mean, I think that's a good point of the show this week is like the AFC playoff picture is looking really interesting all of a sudden.
So is the NFC, though.
Oh, but the NFC has all year. The NFC's been wild all year.
Look, here's the annual mention that the fucking Bills are going to be a 5 seed. And the NFC, the Rams or Seahawks are going to be a 5 seed.
Yeah.
I hate how this is done. There's no way on earth that the Rams or Seahawks should be going into, granted, Tampa's good if they end up being the 4 seed. But it could be like, I don't know, Green Bay's a 4 seed or the Lions are a 4 seed. I don't know. The Bears could be a 4 seed. Anyways, let's break down the NFC playoffs. So we have still the Seahawks by a smidge. They are number 2 in the overall ranking. Rams number 3. This is how it was last week. They only lost by 2.
Yeah.
So the margin, I mean, these teams are freaking identical. Seahawks sitting at a 10.1 at the 1 seed. Lions still best point differential in the NFC North at 7.6. They're a 2 seed, even though in real life they're like a 9 right now. Eagles at the 3, although they are the 1 in real life. And the Bucks sitting at the 4. Rams at 5, Packers at 6, and Niners at 7. Again, this is based on point differential only. The Cowboys have jumped all the way up as the first team on the outside at 8. Then we have the Bears and Vikings sitting there, which no one is really worried about. Yeah. What say you here? I mean, Bears-Niners feels like it's the battle for the final playoff spot because we all kind of still have the Lions and Packers in there. The Buccaneers and Panthers are technically battling for the NFC South now.
Yeah.
which still no one believes in the Panthers. Anything here that we haven't already mentioned, I guess?
Yeah,
What are
I
you
don't
worried
know.
about? You're a Niners fan. I mean, who are you worried
The
about?
Bears.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think that you take the Bears easily head up?
Oh, I think we would take them head up. I'm just worried that they'll sneak into the playoffs. That it'll be kind of it'll come down to one of these teams from the NFC West versus the Bears down the stretch to get that 7th spot.
Do you think there's a chance where they host Mason Rudolph and the Steelers? They're getting breaks, man.
Yep.
They
do have a fairly tough schedule though down the stretch.
So you're worried about the Bears most. Interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm worried about the NFC West teams, the Seahawks and the Rams. It's a very, very competitive division. They should be.
Yeah, that's you don't have to worry about that.
I mean, I could see, I don't know. Sam Darnold has a propensity to just have tough games and big moments.
Right.
Threw 4 picks this week in a huge game against the Rams. The Packers and Cowboys are really interesting in that they don't have a loss and they don't have a win. They have a tie. They're 6-3-1, right? Or 5-3-1. What's the pack? You got the Packers at 6-3, but I believe they have a tie on their record.
Right. Now, technically you can just leave that out.
Leave that out.
Because then you just margin or you factor in how many games they're ahead or behind. I mean,
yeah.
It's like they had an extra bye essentially.
The point that I was going to make is that's going to factor into this a little bit. Like it's going to be interesting to see what happens late in the season with, if Cowboys can continue to, climb up and put themselves in position to make the playoffs and the Packers are there also. Like, where does their record and their winning percentage leave them with a tie late in the season?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a loss, so that's the glass half full.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look, Packers, Lions, and Bears. What do you think is going to end up happening in the? I'm editing that part out.
You should keep it
in the NFC North. What do you think is going to happen? Do you believe that the Lions will still win the North?
I do, but I don't know, man. They have a tough time against good teams. I feel like the Chiefs neutralized them, and then the Eagles neutralized them, and they get. They do have a good defense though. Their defense plays well. I feel like the Lions will still win that division, but
I mean the Packers just
are dangerous.
Have bad losses.
They do.
Really bad losses. They pulled it out against the Giants without Dart. The Lions are such a home team. Such a home team.
Yeah.
It's a totally different world.
Yeah.
And again, repeat this every freaking week down the stretch. You get inside on turf, it's just a different freaking game than you're outside late in the season on grass or turf, just outside in the cold weather.
Yeah.
So, Lions are still the best team in the North, I think, by a lot. The Packers obviously whooped them in week 1. But just from what we've seen there, Jordan Love's a great quarterback. Goff is still a great quarterback. He just had a very weird game. What stands out to me here is this kind of like this getting home field against the Eagles is going to be everything. So, but that's kind of a Rams-Eagles conversation, which I think is what we're going to end up with.
It's a really good point.
Anyways.
The Packers, if they can get healthy, like – when they have their full complement of wideouts and weapons for Jordan Love, they're nasty. And now they're not going to have Kraft the rest of the year, which is a huge loss for them because he'd really emerged as one of the better tight ends in the game, especially this season. But if they get Jaden Reed back and Watson's doing what he does, they get Golden back, they got Dobbs.
Yeah.
If Jacobs can get healthy. I mean, I feel like one of the reasons they disposed of the Lions in week 1 is because the Lions just didn't have enough people to guard all of the Packers' weapons.
Yeah.
And Love can exploit some defenses that way, going, oh, cool, your number 4 DB is not nearly as good as my number 4 wideout. Creates a lot of matchup problems. So I just wonder kind of what we'll see if Green Bay can get healthy and if they can push Detroit for that divisional crown.
Green Bay kind of like the Chiefs of the NFC. They got weapons. They got a good quarterback that can move, run around.
Yeah.
Reed comes back. If he doesn't come back this week, he's definitely coming back the week after.
Yeah, he looks like he's on the mend.
So,
and he's dangerous.
I damn it, I keep hitting the
Keep it in.
I just think the Bears are on the outs. I think they're sitting at 7-3. They might even go 8-3. And I still don't have them making the playoffs.
Yeah, it's hard to put a lot of faith in them, but my gosh, man, they are finding ways to win.
In order for them to make the playoffs, the Niners or Lions won't.
Yep.
I just don't. That would be insane.
It would be insane. I'm trying to pull up the Bears right now, see what their schedule is, because I was looking the other day. They go Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Browns, Packers, Niners, Lions.
Okay, so the Browns, so they're going to fall off a cliff, I think. That's my prediction. Even the Browns, is it in Cleveland?
It's in Chicago.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, you got Philly on the road, Green Bay on the road.
Loss.
Cleveland at home.
Win.
Green Bay at home.
Loss.
Niners on the road.
Loss.
Lions at home.
Yeah, so they can beat Mason Rudolph this week. They're going to win one game. They're going to end up at 9-8. Mark it down.
They might.
Bookmark this.
I bet they'll be 10-7. I bet they'll win one of those games. Dude, and they play, Niners, Bears, Sunday night, second to last game of the year. That could end up being like a huge game, right? That could be a big one.
Thanks for I love when you pull up future schedules, man. Really, really helps.
Well, I was looking the other day. Yeah, thanks. I was looking the other day because I'm worried about Chicago. I was like, dang, man, this team's going to be contending for that final playoff spot.
But see what you're doing. You're not worried about the Lions because you
think they're
going to be there.
And I'm not necessarily worried about the Seahawks or the Rams because you think they're going to be there.
Don't even talk about the Seahawks or Rams.
But I don't know. Seattle gets one more loss. All of a sudden, they got the same record as the Niners. And we have a bye, too. Like, that's a lot of these teams have already had their byes. So hopefully that week when the Niners have their bye, you see losses from the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Bears.
That's not well. Bears, yeah. Again, don't stress yourself out worrying about the Seahawks and Rams.
Okay.
I guess they're kind of like the Bills, Patriots of the NFC. They're both in. Okay, we covered our
playoff pictures are looking cool, man.
Our comprehensive quarterback ranking, which again you can find on Instagram at AC Sports Pod, and the point differential playoff predictions that never fail.
Never fail.
We're not going to go through every game extensively like we have because, Ross starts to yawn at about hour 20. So.
I did start yawning last week.
No, I'm kidding. It's a lot. So we're going to focus on the big games.
I'm in it.
We're going to focus on the big games, and we'll lightly touch on the others.
There's not many notes for Commanders Dolphins. I wonder why that is.
Okay, so here's my note for Commanders Dolphins. Played in Spain. Thank God I did not spend $3,000 to go to that game.
You know what's interesting about it? Can we just talk a little bit about how you went to the greatest Washington game of the season easily?
It's their last win.
It was the best game.
What does that even mean?
It means that you had a great time.
There was something I guess God is real because he was like, Derek, you have to fucking go to this game. Doesn't matter how much it costs. You got to go.
I'm gonna give you a good time.
It was a memory,
make it worth it for you. What happened to Bill?
Look.
Where's Bill?
It turns out that when you lose your top two receivers and your top two running backs, and your top three receivers, frankly, and your quarterback, it turns out when you lose all those people, it might not be so good. Yeah. And it turns out that they didn't fill out many people on defense. Speaking of which,
and now they're playing Rodriguez. Where's Bill? I'm confused.
He's around.
I know he's around, but why did you trade Robinson then? Look, I don't get it. I don't understand the personnel things.
Look, we're not going to actually.
We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
Here's what I have for notes under the Commanders Dolphins.
Looking at that future draft.
Yeah, baby. 2026 draft prospect rankings. We got Reuben Bain Jr., edge out of Florida. Miami, sorry. Peter Woods, interior line out of Clemson.
I'd be really taking a serious look at that number 3 prospect if I were them.
Shut up, dude. Don't make me fight you on the pod.
They need to draft that QB1.
I have plenty of hate coming for May Nix.
You know I'm joking, bro.
I know.
Mendoza.
Jordan Tyson. So we have 2 receivers in the top 6. Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. Carnell Tate from Ohio. We got a safety, Caleb Downs from Ohio. We're looking at that kind of Caleb Downs, Jermod McCoy, corner from Tennessee. Arvell Reese, linebacker from Ohio State. Look, if we can somehow get Woods or Bain, that's the move here. I'll take Caleb Downs. I don't think, despite our receiver woes, I don't think we go with a Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate unless we're sitting at 5'6", and they're there. Maybe that is who we get, and we get a stud receiver. Actually, now that I think about it, we might do that.
Yeah, what are they going to do with Debo?
I predict we're going to be in that number 6 spot. But hopefully we're higher, frankly. Look, me and my buddy Marty, he's a Dolphins fan. We're kind of waiting on this game. We got our text thread with our other football buddies every year. And we're at the point now where we're rooting to lose. He was pissed that they won the game, the Dolphins, and I was thrilled that we lost. So that's where we are.
It's a tough spot to be in.
Life comes at you fast. Other thing I want to do while we're here, talking about the Commanders, let's give a little plug to the AC Sports Podcast Facebook page.
Okay,
nobody's following us, but it's a good page, guys. AC Sports Podcast on Facebook. Go there. I want to play a little something for you guys.
That was good.
We got some NBA coming through, okay? Kevin Durant talking about how good Sagoon is.
He is good.
Rockets. Oh, what is this? Drake May and the Patriots. Easiest schedule ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 11 games against the 10 worst NFL teams. Drake May ain't shit. Jaden's better. Eat a dick, Drake May. Okay, let's see if I can get some audio here going.
Calling to you this morning from
Oh, phone lines.
Locals are calling.
Let's do it.
Hey, Chris, I don't have a Twitter handle, but calling to you this morning from Minnesota. I am a huge Washington fan. If you're playing the Commanders, would you think about employing a strategy where you intentionally cheat on first down? So in other words, if I were scouting them, I'd say, hey, everybody hold on first down. If it doesn't get called, it's great. We got a good chance to get a chunk play here. Maybe block a guy in the back, grab a face mask, pull him to the ground to create a hole for a running back. What I would say is, guys, we are going to cheat every first down, because if it gets to 2nd and 25, it's an automatic 50-yard play every time. 2nd and long is the greatest opportunity to move off against this defense that I've ever seen in the history of the NFL. 2nd and 25, write it down. 30 yards. 40 yards every time. Why?
So mad.
Yo, let me know what you think of. Hire that guy. Who is that guy? Hire that guy,
No
dude.
Twitter handle, yo.
That was incredible. And also, it kind of checks out.
Minnesota.
Okay.
All right, so Dan Quinn's taking over that defensive play calling now.
That's what you get. That was Chris Long's podcast, Commanders fan, calling in saying that every time the opposing team is 2nd and 25, they're picking up 50. Dan Quinn, yeah. I mean, we have Dan Campbell taking over the offense in Detroit. Yeah. We have Dan Quinn taking over the defense in Washington. Who knows?
Yeah, boy, Dan Campbell's play calling wasn't great that night. What'd they go for it on 4th down like 8 times?
Well, they were 0 for 5.
Yeah, 0 for 5. Whoops. Take your points, pal.
Yeah, that isn't a good omen for the Lions that they're in flux with their offensive coordinator.
True.
Okay, that's some of the stuff you can expect on AC Sports Facebook. We only share the best clips.
It's good, dude. Clip it.
Place in my heart, in my career. He was there at ground zero when I became sober and supported me and believed in me and gave me the opportunity to continue what I love to do. So for that, I'll be forever indebted to him. I think it speaks to the type of man he is and the type of leader he is. Dan Quinn.
That was Mike McDaniel talking about. Let me get off this. Talking about how Dan Quinn helped him get sober. So
yeah, that's cool.
Dan Quinn's a good guy. I think what I want to say on that, speaking of Mike McDaniel, and speaking of just the overreactions, there's a lot of overreaction in Washington that's insane right now.
Yeah, fired Quinn.
Jaden, yeah, or fire the GM, fire the offensive coordinator. One of the big gripes last year, was the firing of coaches too soon.
Yeah.
GMs haven't done that this season.
That's true.
We do have the Giants coach got fired under the radar. I didn't even know that happened before last week.
Boy, that happened quick.
So that happened, and that seemed kind of deserved. But the fact that let McDaniel stick it out. I mean, thank you, GMs. Maybe they listened to the AC Sports podcast last year, the whole NFL GM crew. I really like that there hasn't been a quick trigger on firing coaches this year.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
You disagree? Okay, good.
Well, no. I mean, it's situational. I think, from Miami's perspective, I don't know. If you're a team if you're an organization with a lot of young players, I think it makes sense to kind of turn it over and get yourself into a situation with a head coach that's new and start a new regime. Miami's obviously facing a lot of question marks with their roster and what they're going to do moving forward with guys like Waddle or guys like Tua or guys like Achane or guys like – they don't really have a ton of young talent like the Giants do. So I think, it just kind of depends on what state your organization is in, I mean, maybe for Miami it's kind of like, look, we'll let these older veterans ride it out this season and then come off season we'll let McDaniel go. I'd be shocked if next year McDaniel's the coach there. But
I just think it's logical to keep a guy in there as long as it's like an extreme case. I guess Daboll maybe just you can tell it's like this guy's not good, even though he won Coach of the Year 2 years ago.
Yeah, he is. I like him.
That I think it's important to see how a coach that's been with the team for a few years finishes the second half of the season if they had a bad first half.
Yeah.
I think that stuff matters because, again, like, what's the upside of you bring in a new guy? You're kind of already out of the playoffs anyways.
Exactly.
That guy's going to get replaced like the Jets did last year anyways the next season. Like, what's the point?
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep your guy in there. I've been a head coach at high school level and gone to new programs that were really bad. And I think, like, when I went to Hamilton baseball, my career started off 0-10. And coming off Chico High where I had like a 700 win percentage. And because I needed a lot of time to get that program kind of to where it was like into my style or however you want to phrase it. So I love stop with the midseason firings. I like that they haven't really hit this year outside of the Giants. So.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, what a tough job, dude. I feel like the success of coaches, the success of young quarterbacks, the success of a lot of moving parts of organization is tied to, like, whether or not you have consistency at the position. I mean, we're seeing Caleb now have success at the QB spot, but he's on his like fourth coordinator in a year and a half.
Right.
He's like, they finally have some stability there. And I think you make a great point. And that, like, it's so much easier to be successful when you kind of let things settle and you get stable and you start moving forward together. And it's so wild how some of these organizations hire a coach and then a year and a half later they've got another head coach. And it's like, well, that guy didn't really get much of a shot to build anything.
And look, if you're going to fire a guy after one season, sure. Just my thing is just let him complete the season. See the changes they make in the second half of the season. It says a lot about a coach, and you might find out. You might find out a lot. You might learn a lot.
But McDaniel's situation, he's been there.
Been there for years.
And Miami doesn't look good, and it's looking tough.
Well, beating the Bills 31-13 does not hurt.
That was a good win for them, but still, I mean, it's been a real tough year. Obviously, they've been hampered by injuries. The Tyreek injury was rough, but they didn't start out the year well. And I think a lot of people were calling for a changing of the guard there. I think it's going to happen. I think he's probably more suited to be a coordinator somewhere, but still, I mean, he's probably going to be coaching there the rest of the year. And it was a nice win in Spain for them.
I think that Tua's whole career changed after the dozen concussions. And, Achane's been one of the best running backs in the league so far this year.
Yeah.
I wonder, talk about quarterbacks. This is why, Dolphins fans want to lose because you got that Indiana guy sitting there. I'd love to see the Dolphins with a young quarterback.
Yeah.
Say, it's been good, Tua.
Yeah.
It hasn't been good. It hasn't. I'd rather, honestly, move on from Tua than McDaniel.
I could see it.
Unless you have a really good coach, come on, have an opportunity to get a good one.
I bet they'll move on from both.
Not bad. Okay, let's take a quick break, and we're going to get to the Week 12 games, the big Week 12 games, and we're going to get in our Week 13. Oh, I'm sorry. Week 11 games and week 12 picks. Yes.
Week 12 picks?
It's week 12. Anyways, we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. Let's get to the big games. We're going to start with our Homer games. We already covered the Commanders in depth.
Yeah.
Niners, Cardinals.
We covered the Dolphins in depth.
Right. Excuse me. Pumpkin muffin still going down. I'll read off my notes as we do.
Okay.
Rapid fire read, and then we can circle back on some of the highlights from these notes here. We got Purdy 3 touchdowns. CMC going for 1,000 and 1,000 for the second time. That's rushing and receiving yards. Roger Craig and Marshall Faulk, the only other players to do so.
Yeah.
Brissett, 47 completions.
Record.
An NFL record.
Yep.
And no one cared.
Nope.
New guys alert. Michael Wilson, 15 catches for 185 yards for the Cardinals.
It's nice when the star wideout sits.
Pearsall, 1 catch for 0 yards in his first game back.
Tough debut for.
Listen to these game stats.
Yeah.
Cardinals, 488 to 281 total yards.
Yeah.
6.9 to 5.4 yards per play.
Yeah.
71 to 52 total plays.
Yeah.
34 to 25 minutes time of possession.
Yeah.
17 to 1 penalties.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
And then we'll close it off with kicker kryptonite question mark for the Niners.
Oh.
And conspiracy Ross.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, well, gosh, great to see Purdy back. Boy, he made some great throws, and he also made some questionable throws. But I don't feel like it's a coincidence that he comes back and they score their most points that they have this season. So that's good. Good sign moving forward. I do feel like he didn't necessarily do anything that Mac Jones couldn't. But what was interesting about
That's quite the
Purdy was what George Kittle had to say in the postgame. He was asked a similar question and went on to talk about how much of the huddle Purdy commands and just the way that he communicates and the way that he calls the plays. And it just so much of this stuff, we just have all this analysis of all these guys, but we don't really see some of the stuff that Kittle was alluding to. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And so I just found that kind of interesting. CMC's such a monster, dude. I feel like he's the biggest factor as to why the Niners have turned it around this season. I mean, obviously they've still had a ton of injuries this year, just like they had last year, but the fact that he's been healthy just unlocks so much for them. I mean, Arizona had to throw the ball a lot. That's why you got the NFL record. It is kind of fascinating, though, that it was swept under the rug. I didn't understand the total yards discrepancy or the yards per play discrepancy or the total plays discrepancy. That's pretty interesting.
Isn't it?
I mean, obviously they had to come back, and they kind of, had strung together some longer drives late in the game. But, yeah, I don't know, dude. The penalties was wild.
17 to 1.
That's wild, dude. And I was watching the game thinking, like, man, they're calling some tough penalties on Arizona. It feels like the Niners are getting away from some things, or getting away with some things. The conspiracy kind of thought process came into mind, like, dude, you're going to have a real juicy NFC West push late in the season with these 3 teams in contention, and a Cardinals victory over the Niners would definitely, throw a wrench in that.
Does the league want the Niners in the playoffs? Sure.
Yeah.
But, were they a healthy odds to make the playoffs for those who bet on them? Sure. I will say, we joke with Conspiracy Ross. But there is this gigantic culture now with gambling being so mainstream,
dude,
and social media being such an integral part of everyone's life. There are so many people that think this is real, that think that there is real fixing in the NFL. And we've kind of heard the NFL's rigged. For me, I want all those people to shut the fuck. Like, these are all people that never played football. They have no idea what they're talking about. And I guess I'm online too much, frankly, and in the comments too much. But I can't stand people that are serious about these kind of rigging of games. But
I have a real easy solution to that. Like, it's so basic. It's so logical. It's so obvious.
Get off the internet.
No. So, Eagles-Lions, the PI call on Rock Ya-Sin.
So bad.
was so bad. It was so bad. But that's another like kind of thing that would get a lot of conspiracy theorists out there thinking, why was that penalty called at that time? One thing the NBA and the MLB have done is they've given coaches the opportunity to challenge. All the NFL has to do is something similar. You have to, I mean, if there's a penalty like that that's called, Dan Campbell should have the opportunity to be like, no, we're going to go to
100%.
review. And we have freaking rules analysts on every national broadcast. Let's go to Dean Bledino for the explanation. And he's like, oh, that was obviously not a pass interference. I didn't see any kind of obstruction provided by Yakusin. That you have a freaking rules analyst saying that shouldn't have been a penalty, but we can't buzz down to the field to make sure we get it right. How dumb
100%.
is that?
100%.
Like, how stupid is that?
You're exactly right. I predict that it will happen this offseason.
It should.
Great call. I think that's the clip of the pod, honestly. That's probably going to get the highest rating on Opus.
It's so crazy, dude.
Also, this year, for the first year, we just have instant replay reversals where they're not even, I forget what they're called. There's a name for it. They're not even checking in the booth.
Yeah.
They're just sending it down. Or the refs aren't even like, they're just like, no, that was wrong.
Yeah, and it happens like not all the time, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it happening all the time?
We do need to get more kind of microscopic with pass interferences, with holdings. There's a limit to them. I think like in the NBA and baseball, like you said, you only have a certain amount of challenges on, like in this case, it'd be penalties.
Right. You got
game.
like 2, and if you lose it, you lose. But if you win, you get another one. You don't have to have a ton. Just give them the option.
I predict we see that next year.
It would make a lot of sense. And then, maybe Arizona would have had the opportunity to be like, well, that was kind of a shoddy holding call. I mean, even Daryl Johnston, who was on the broadcast, mentioned a couple times on some of the penalties that went against Arizona. When they showed the review, it was like, that didn't look like a deliberate holding. And, maybe Gannon would have the opportunity to throw his challenge flag, and then they could challenge that. And, like, I don't know. We used to we have challenge flags. We just don't really challenge the calls.
Penalties, right.
Yeah, the penalties. Like, why can't we do that?
Gannon's got a temper, too. I'm surprised he didn't lose his shit.
Yeah, his look on his face was pretty rough. But, dude, I mean, 17-1 is such a massive discrepancy.
I feel like they're trolling Gannon for losing his shit a few weeks ago.
Might have been. So, yeah, I mean, the Niners played good, but it felt like that game should have been a little bit closer. And there were some very significant penalties and the timing of when they were called that really helped the Niners. And I say that as a Niners fan.
End of the day, it is better to focus on the plays that counted in a sense. We want to talk about how well CMC did, how well Purdy did.
Sure.
Kicker kryptonite. Man, this might come back to fucking bite them in the ass.
Agree wholeheartedly. I mean, Eddie Pinheiro, like, talk about a freaking team MVP so far. He has been incredible.
I thought he missed like some extra points.
He has missed a couple extra points, but okay. Oh, so you're saying kicker kryptonite is
hurt him.
No, I mean,
okay.
Dude, he's been so good. But yeah, the extra points are interesting. However, man, he's banged home like literally every single one of his field goals, and they've all been so big. He provided stability and consistency there, fresh off the Jake Moody situation, which was rough, and you never knew what you were going to get. The thing that I see with this is he's hurt. He strained his hamstring. So now they got to go find another kicker for the next few weeks, which is rough because he had been so good.
Yeah, kickers as important as ever. And also, we see Jameson Williams getting a taunting call after a touchdown. Extra points are now pushed back to being a 48 yard.
It's not a given. I love the celebration too, running and jumping onto the goalpost. It's so funny.
Why is that illegal? Another celebration?
Because you're using it as a prop. It's so
Jesus
dumb,
Christ.
dude. The NFL is so bad.
I thought we were past that.
I know.
I
it's so
feel like
freaking weird.
We let them do whatever they want, and then we regressed a little bit with the celebrations.
Yeah, and we still aren't giving coaches an opportunity to challenge penalties.
Okay, let's move on. Seahawks, Rams, game of the week. Top two teams in the NFC, in my opinion, and in many's opinion. Let's list off the notes. Darnold, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. Stafford, 130 passing yards.
Yeah, it's a weird game.
JSN, 9 for 105 again.
He's so good.
Puka 7 for 75. AJ Barner, 10 catches.
That's crazy. I had no idea him that many catches.
For the Seahawks, yeah.
Yeah.
Charbonnet, 11 for 37 again. That's his stat line every week.
He's solid, though, dude.
No. 11 for 37 every week?
Dude. Look at his career stats. He's good, dude. He's a great number 2 for them.
He gets 3 yards a carry.
He averages over 4 yards a carry for his career, and he had a ton of touchdowns last year. I think he had like 8 or 9 from his second running back spot. All right, he's solid.
Fair. Kyron, on the other hand, 7.6 a carry this game.
He's awesome.
Seattle, 79 plays to the Rams 50.
Yeah.
So we're going to see this exact same thing here. We see this a few times this week, looking at team stats.
Yeah.
Only 2 punts for Seattle.
Yeah.
37-22 time of possession for Seattle.
Yeah.
26-12 first downs for Seattle. And they lose.
Yep.
Seattle was better in this game.
They were. It's like so similar to Arizona and San Francisco in that, like, Arizona dominated the plays. They dominated the time of possession. They dominated the yardage. In that game for Arizona, what killed them was penalties. In this game for Seattle, what killed them? Turnovers.
Interceptions, right.
And you know what? I mean, I don't think that bodes well for the Rams. This game was close still. It's crazy.
They had a chance to win it.
They had a chance to win, and they turned the ball over 4 times. Is Seattle the better team?
Well, according to the point differential power rankings, they are by a smidge. That said, I trust the Rams over the Eagles more than I trust the Seahawks over the Eagles. But those
too.
3 NFC teams. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
to me.
They're dangerous.
All due respect to the Niners.
Sure.
Seahawks, Rams, Eagles.
They're on another level.
What we're dealing with here.
I would agree right now. Yeah, this game was crazy. Sean McVay was so fired up in the clips coming into the coming into the locker room post game. And I get why. I mean, I feel like they probably feel like they got away with one.
Sure. And you need those games, especially against one of the best teams in football.
Yeah.
You'll take it to eke out a win. I mean, we're going to do Bills-Bucks next. Another kind of disparity in these kind of game stats where the Bucks look like they had control of the game even though they got beat. This used to be like a real indicator of who would dominate a game.
Yeah.
Time of possession, how many plays, turnovers always have been, but, a third down conversion, stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be anymore.
Yeah.
It's like you can, now it's like you get your scores, you get your big plays, you let the other team march down the field, and you get like a solid turnover or a solid fourth down stop. Okay, that's why I just realized everyone's going for it on fourth now. So they're driving the field, and they're not scoring even though they're on the 10-yard line because they went for it on fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Well, no, I think you're so onto something, dude. Like, games are so much more wide open now. Mm-hmm. It just kind of feels like that's the way that the game has trended.
That's the difference, though. Is that everyone's going for it on fourth. You're right. Inside the red zone.
People are way more aggressive. Yeah, and like the red zone percentage, the success rate feels like it's more important now than it has been. You're right, and it's like a lot of teams bend, and then it's at that moment do you break, and so many games are decided in the red zone. It's always been like that, but it feels like now more than ever because of how aggressive teams are.
Analytics has changed the game.
It has.
The new kickoff rule has changed the game, so there's a lot of massive changes here.
The kickoff rule is great, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's starting at the fucking 40-yard line.
It's awesome.
Okay.
That's another good point. That has totally changed things. Like, you don't have to drive as much of the field to get into the red zone. No.
We really just figured that shit out.
Yeah, you unlocked something there.
I just want to mention the post-game Cooper with the Rams was pretty cool. Rams players just lining up to give their love to Cooper Kupp.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't see that. Yeah, what a legend for them. Was that one year he had like 140 catches or something insane?
Yeah, that's kind of the perfect recipe for like a guy that you love. Like it was tough to let him go. They did it. It seemed like it was the smart GM move.
Absolutely.
That said, he's still playing. He's still a number 2 receiver on one of the best teams in football.
He's not Devontae Adams, but he's okay.
Right.
Yeah, and he was amazing. He's that Rams Hall of Famer, no doubt.
It's funny that JSN, Puka are just like the new Coopers.
Oh, dude, JSN is so good. Well,
he's the best receiver in football.
He fits more of the Cooper body type too. He's kind of the slot inside guy who can kind of get open on the outside too. Puka's just like a freaking force of.
Well, Puka, like they hugged after the game. They're identical size.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I feel like Puka's so much stronger and quicker and
really?
faster. Maybe he just jumps off the tape like that.
Yeah, because of Puka's injury, I think he missed. Did he miss 2 games? Maybe 1.
Yeah, that's
that really set him behind JSN. Those 2 are the best 2 receivers in football, I think.
I can't argue that right now.
They get you 10 and 100 and a score like every fucking game.
And JSN, I mean, name a better wideout this year.
He's the best.
He's been amazing.
Jefferson and Chase, kind of a fall off.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown hasn't had as good of a week lately.
True. He's still a top 5, but yeah, he had an anomalous, weird,
yeah, he's had a
week.
couple. Yeah.
Okay. Bills
game,
Bucks.
Though. They're so identical. I like that last line. It's going to come down to a dogfight in that NFC West.
Yeah. And one of them's going to be the 5 seed. Insane. Bills Bucks
or the 6 seed.
No, that one.
You're going to have 2 NFC West teams. Hopefully.
Baker. 173, 1-1. So the Baker MVP talk is kind of dead. Oh, by the way. There was a couple things I wanted to still mention that from these previous 2 games. We mentioned the CMC going for 1,000 and 1,000 this year, potentially, for the second time.
Be so crazy.
Roger Craig.
Okay.
Let's do a little quiz. What year did Roger Craig do that?
Oh, gosh. 87?
Oh, 85.
85. I knew it was one of those years.
What year did Marshall Faulk do it?
Oh, man. Oh, 98?
99.
Oh, dang.
And then CMC did it in 19, I want to say, I think. But
with the Panthers? I didn't know he did that already with the Panthers. What a stud, dude.
Here's what I want to mention.
What's up?
And the Colts had a bye, so we're not going to talk about them this week, but they're going to come up now.
I'm pulling up the Bucs schedule, by the way. I think it's interesting. Anyways, keep going.
We'll get to them in 1 second.
Yeah.
The year that Marshall Faulk did 1,000 and 1,000, who won the MVP?
Marshall Faulk did 1,000 and 1,000.
1999.
1999. Brady, Kurt Warner. The year, so in this analogy, that was the Rams quarterback that year, right? Yep.
This would be the Niners quarterback. That's not going to happen. There's no Purdy MVP or Jones MVP. Craig, 85. Who won the MVP that year?
Jerry Rice.
No. Marcus Allen.
Okay. Sick.
What was Marcus Allen? A running back out of the AFC.
Playing
So if that tells us anything.
Jonathan Taylor.
If CMC gets 1,000 this year, Jonathan Taylor is winning.
I think
the
it's
MVP.
fascinating though, like the first side of that Marshall Faulk won 1,000, and they gave it to
Warner.
A quarterback.
Right.
Yes, even though I'm sure Warner deserved
He probably had like
to be in the
4,500,
conversation too. Yeah, he was amazing.
I think he had like 45 touchdowns.
He was amazing.
The other thing, so I mentioned Baker's effectively out of the MVP race. I think that's safe to say.
It is.
And which I called, by the way, early. And Darnold is also out of the MVP race after that game.
Yeah.
You cannot throw 4 picks in a game that you otherwise dominated and 0 touchdowns in such an important game. I don't know how in the race he was to begin with. Stafford was the favorite before week 10, I want to say. So I don't know where he's sitting now. He's still in it because of the game, but that was a real kind of Stafford MVP game, I think, that even though he had 130 yards. He didn't
do much.
It still kept him there in that MVP top.
Yeah, the success of the team is important. If they continue to, win, and he has, 13 wins at the end of the year, and the Colts have 11, 12 wins, it may be enough to give Stafford the nod. But Stafford's been insane this season.
Yeah.
Is he not just so impressive?
I think that's still my favorite foursome.
Yeah.
Stafford, Puka, Devontae, and
Kyron.
Bills Bucks.
Dude.
Allen, 317, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 40 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for a total of 6.
Dude, what a game. Speaking of MVP conversation, that put him right in it.
Well, he's back. Yeah, he's not
back.
going anywhere. I don't think he has a chance to win it, though.
Dude, he does that a couple more times, he will.
Yeah, true. New guys. Sean Tucker beat me in fantasy this week.
Yeah, boy.
Out of nowhere.
Wait, you played a guy who played him?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he was starting. It was a nice pickup.
Well, Rashad White that's a great pickup by that guy. Wow.
And then Tyrell Shavers, new guy alert. He had 90 and a big touchdown that set him off.
Didn't they suspend Coleman for missing a meeting or miss something. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So Shaver's got a shot.
Bill's one of those teams where it doesn't matter who's starting a receiver for them. Jesus.
Amazing.
Cook only had 48 on the ground with 66 receiving, so he finds a way to get over 100.
He's been so good this season.
Top 5 running back this year. Tampa Bay, does their offense now rely too heavily on Igbuka? So he went 5 for 40. They had a massive game from a backup running back. Still, they were in it kind of late, by the way. It was 32-37.
They were.
And they stopped the Bills on a third down that they would have had to maybe kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Or they're pretty far back. And they had a penalty, and then the Bills scored. Yeah. But I'm wondering if if Igbuka doesn't have a big game, are the Bucks kind of screwed?
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at them, dude. Like, they're doing this without Evans. They're doing this without Godwin. They're doing this without Bucky Irving. Like, dude,
what are they doing? They're 6-4. 5?
Sure, and they've really gone through the super tough part of their schedule. I mean,
great point. They closed this. I saw like
it's
South
cupcakes
games. Yeah,
dude, they got. I mean, they
have the Rams this week.
They have the.
So they'll lose again. They'll be 6-5.
Dude,
they might win out after that, though.
They went Lions, Patriots, Bills, and Rams 4 out of the last 5 weeks. And then they played the Eagles. They also played the Seahawks. They also played the Niners. They've also played the Texans. Like, this team, man, they have played some serious opponents. They beat the Texans, and they beat the Niners, and they beat the Seahawks.
Wow.
I mean, they've got some good wins. But they got the Cardinals, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Dolphins, and Panthers.
Dude, so
after this week,
those Panthers games will be interesting, of course, but there's a good chance. So I predicted that the Bears are going to go 8-3 and then end up 9-8. Okay, this is my prediction. Buccaneers are going to go 6-5 and end up 12-5.
They could, dude. They could sweep all those. They could sweep it.
Okay. Anything else here with this game?
Just do an amazing game. That was so entertaining. It was so fun. It was back and forth, and just what Josh Allen did is like, oh my God, dude, what a savage.
Yeah. Okay, we're an hour 15 in. This great pod. Won't take too long. We'll skim through the rest of these games and make our picks. Eagles Lions. I think we've talked about a lot of these games kind of indirectly. There's not a ton to talk about the Eagles Lions. There never is. I hate the Eagles. They're the most boring fucking team of all time. Hurts had 135 yards again. I just hate this team. It's just like they don't do anything ever. Saquon isn't doing anything. He averaged 3.2 a carry. Devonta had 1 for 8.
Yeah. Dude.
Brown had like 7 for 40, and it was a good game for him. This fucking team, and we see this. It's like Lions and Broncos could be Eagles Broncos could be a Super Bowl. And they're just so fucking blah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
dude. It frustrates me.
It does. It was Sirianni.
At least the Patriots have a little more going on than those teams.
Yeah, agree. Sirianni post-game was like, we just know how to win. We've just learned how to put ourselves in position to win. And you just talk to a lot of guys in our locker room, and they just, we've just played a lot of games, and we just kind of understand with this group like what it takes to get into position to win games. And you're just looking at them going like, F you, bro. Like, you got so lucky that there was a PI called on, like a phantom PI call. It's like, man, that guy bugs me, dude.
So the Chiefs last year were like 11-1 in one-score games, something like that.
Yeah.
This year they're 0-5.
Interesting.
Simple difference. The Eagles seem to be this year's Chiefs.
They kind of do.
They're getting the calls.
They're getting lucky, man.
So I hate the Eagles. Not much else to mention there. We already have.
Yeah, Dan Campbell taking over the play calls is interesting. I feel like, dude, if I was them, I would have literally given the ball to Gibbs every single time, somehow, some way. And it seemed like deliberately in that game they were trying to do that after Jameer broke off some nice plays. But he was like, that dude is so freaking nasty. He is so quick and so fast. It's like, give him the ball every time. And they made a point to get Jamison Williams involved. That's what Campbell was talking about, from the head coaching spot now taking over the play calling duty. He's like, we want to unlock Jamison more. Well, that dude's nasty.
Unlock, what does that mean if Amon-Ra has 2 for 30?
Yeah, I know. It's strange. And Goff couldn't hit the side of the barn. His accuracy was awful. But, yeah, I mean, they're discombobulated a little bit right now, and I don't know.
It's that damn home field advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, and the defense, they keep getting guys in trades and shit. It's just the most stacked defense of all time.
Yeah, Philly.
Chiefs Broncos. Bo Nix finally had a decent game.
Yeah, he did.
295, no passing touchdowns though.
Yep.
No picks. Kelsey still doing his thing, 9 for 91 and a touchdown. We had this conversation that one of our rare disagreements where you really like the Chiefs' weapons, as a lot of people do. I think you have. It's a popular opinion, yours. They're just not able to get the ball to these guys enough.
Well, I should clarify that. I don't think they have a ton of weapons per se. What I think they do is they try and involve all of their playmakers, quote unquote playmakers. Yeah. A playmaker being a running back, a wideout, or a tight end, regardless of how skilled that playmaker is. And again, you look at the box scores of their games.
It's every game.
There's like 10 guys getting the ball thrown to them. And it just feel like they could – this year, what I think has hurt them more so in previous years is that they aren't simplifying the offense. That was my analysis last week of the Chiefs is like, hey, maybe it would help you to just make sure you're throwing more to Kelsey or more to Rice instead of trying to get Noah Gray involved here, trying to get Thornton involved there.
Yeah, and I guess, my counter, if it was one, was just to like, these guys, whoever, they might have some stud on their team they should be getting the ball to more. But every game, it's Brown 4 for 40, Rice 6 for 38, Worthy 3 for 25. It's just every single game. That's what it is. So until one of these guys starts to stand out, they're all just mediocre to me. I don't know.
Yeah, Rice should probably be that guy. The more opportunities he gets. Kelsey's an interesting, player this year. I think he's. I don't know. Some people say he's washed, but he leads. Outside of McBride, he leads tight ends with receiving yards. So he has the most receiving yards per tight end in the AFC, and he has 50 catches.
Wow, okay.
And he's
not washed.
That's like one behind Dalton Schultz, which is interesting that Dalton Schultz leads all tight ends in receptions.
Huh.
Who would have thought that? And Kelsey's got 4 scores. He had a nice game. If I was them, I'd be getting the ball to.
Well, they did today. Guy. I mean, look, this is no secret. This has been the case all year. Kareem Hunt had like 56 yards this game, and it was most of the season.
Right.
So it's not rocket science, I don't think, with the Chiefs.
You've said multiple times throughout the year, which is spot on, is that they don't have a running game.
They don't have a 100-yard runner. They don't have a 100-yard receiver, frankly.
Yeah, when Mahomes is your leading rusher, it's a recipe for disaster.
That said, they shut down P.J. Harvey, 11 for 30. The Broncos, Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant. Like, who is this team?
Yeah. Franklin's had a good year.
I guess so.
Nice alongside Sutton. He's a nice piece.
And this is my note here. Drake May and Bo Nix are the greatest quarterbacks ever lived. Crown them now and shut down the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just close it. They're the best. They're just the best.
Tough year for
best.
Tough year for JD5. Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
don't you dare.
I don't mean that disrespectfully in any way, shape, or form. It's just been interesting to see the emergence of May. And, Bo is probably somebody that people thought would have a good year.
It's the biggest nightmare year ever.
It just sucks that JD5 can't be healthy and can't be playing and showcasing what he can do.
And then Caleb's sitting at fucking 8-3 over here next week. Like, it's a nightmare year.
Yeah, it's a rough scenario. At least McCarthy can't throw into the ocean.
Look, we're going to get one of those top 2 receivers in the draft next year. It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for JD5 to come back.
Pats, Jets, again, we'll skim here. Trayvon he's coming around, 3 touchdowns.
Boy, he is, isn't he? He's nice.
May, 281 and 1 touchdown. He's now the number 1 quarterback in our ranking. But I broke out the DJ air horn. Why? Why, you ask? Because Justin Fields had over 100 yards passing.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Let's go home. Like, that is gold. That's the end. We're done.
We gotta make fixes.
We can't do anything better than that.
I'll utilize the horn more in the pod. No picks again. This is why the guy stays up there. Diggs having a great year. We know that
He is.
and I mentioned the 11 games against 10 worst teams for the Pats.
I didn't realize that New England's had such an easy schedule.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Steelers, Bengals. We mentioned Mason Rudolph. They're going into Chicago, so we'll see how he does there if Rodgers doesn't play.
I'm bummed about Aaron, dude.
Well, Bears is his famous team that he owns, so it's rough if he doesn't go.
Yeah, I'm just bummed that he cracked his wrist, dude. That's like, man, he's got this
Just take a week
golden
off.
opportunity. Okay, let's hope.
take a
If
week off.
if I'm a defender the rest of the season, if he doesn't sit for an extended period of time, they're coming after that thing.
I trust Mason. I trust him.
I just mean like when Aaron comes, like if he doesn't, take a lot of time off to let that heal, aren't you going to go after that thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Rodgers doesn't play good when he's under a lot of pressure or when he gets sacked. It totally throws him for a loop.
the Bengals ironically kind of beat him up last week. It is his left hand, so that's
good.
good. Bears, Vikings. I mentioned
That's hard when you're taking the snap though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fast.
How
That's
we looking?
right
Am
off.
I- am I
You're
set
dialed in, guy. You're
kicked
gold.
like
dude.
6 times.
You're walking a tightrope.
Bears, Vikings. Bears pull it out again. I mentioned the Vikings being the angriest fan base.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of teams can vie for this, but it takes a special kind of recipe. The Raiders can't be too angry. Commanders fans, people are there's Commanders broadcasters that are learning what trauma bonding is after the season. It's what fans do in Washington.
They're gonna love when Trump's name's on the stadium. The Trump Stadium, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Not the best brand to attach yourself to.
I don't know
these
about
days.
that.
Okay.
Where you going? I'm going to Trump's to watch my team.
Just pouring salt on the wound.
No, man. I just think it's funny that Trump wants a stadium named after him, and you're like the biggest Trump hater in the world.
Yeah, I certainly am. To have an angry fan base,
Yeah.
there has to be this is the recipe. You passed on Rodgers. You don't pay Darnold.
Don't pay Darnold.
Rodgers wanted to go to
He
Minnesota.
did. Yeah.
Playing in a dome with this great defense and 2 elite receivers.
Yeah.
Whose stats are way down.
Yeah.
A great tight end. A running back that he already played with.
True.
I would be livid.
And you
If I was
let
a
Daniel
Minnesota fan.
Jones go, too.
That too. And I mean, that's whatever.
Crazy. Dude.
I'd be livid because his team is built to win now. They got a good defense.
Yeah.
There's no excuse McCarthy is the worst quarterback in football. I'm sorry. The worst starting quarterback in football right now.
Looks like it right now.
Outside of Shador. Last week, it had Jameis there last week because they didn't have any stats. McCarthy has been at the bottom.
Yeah.
And we saw his throws, his Justin Fields level throws last week.
He's a lot like Bo Nix. He's a lot like Bo Nix.
Well, Bo's way better.
I know, but is he?
Yeah.
Bo Nix doesn't have incredible stats. I think they rely heavily on their defense and
True.
controlling the game.
True.
I think McCarthy's got a lot of moxie. I would say that Bo's probably more talented. But I think what McCarthy's done, winning a national championship, and obviously he won that first game this year and was all fired up in the locker room. I think his greatest skill set is just kind of that style he has.
Well, Bo has a lot more snaps, of course.
Very true.
So
Yeah, maybe they need more time.
But that's the thing. It's that's fine that McCarthy, I'm not saying that we expect him to be great. He's basically Cam Ward's doing better. That's another guy that's been at the bottom.
Yeah.
He's technically better than McCarthy so far. You expect him to do that kind of in a sense, but you can't do it with a team that's built to win like this, dude.
No
and by the
doubt.
way, the Vikings have never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're one of the iconic franchises that have never won one. I'm so mad if I'm a Vikings fan.
Yeah, it's an egregious decision to let Darnold walk. It's so fascinating that you've got an organization that's been in the position they're in, and they finally have an amazing season.
In the best division in football.
Best division in football, and it looks like you've unlocked something. And they're like, no, we're going to go to a quarterback who doesn't have a lot of experience. And initially it's like, oh, Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer, and he'll have them just fine. And, for a while they were okay. Carson Wentz was all right. But, yeah, I mean, My gosh, what a disaster.
Okay, Jags, Chargers, insane game. The question I want to ask you.
Okay.
I'm going to list some teams off. Which team is the most schizophrenic and that you have no idea, maybe we should call it bipolar, and that which you have no idea what they're going to do week to week? I'll give you a list.
Oh, gosh.
And this can go kind of high side or low side, but they all qualify, I think. Bills, Dolphins, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chargers, Cardinals, Panthers, or Falcons with Penix as a caveat there, so they don't really count. We can leave them out. Bills, Dolphins, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chargers, Cardinals, Panthers. Which is the most bipolar team?
Oh, my gosh. I think the two teams that played in this game are the most bipolar, man.
I think you might be right.
It's so – I mean, I feel like you know what you're going to get from all the others for the most part.
It felt like the Cardinals were 2 weeks ago after they beat the Cowboys. We didn't know what to expect from them, but they've just had a rough go of it. The Cowboys do kind of – they don't probably win this because they beat the bad teams and they don't beat the good teams. The Dolphins have certainly had a schizophrenic 5 weeks.
Yep.
And in turn, so have the Bills-ish, but they don't qualify. Jags, Chargers, I think you're exactly right. I think we can throw the Panthers in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the Ravens, I feel a little bit are schizophrenic, but that obviously depends on Lamar's health.
They're pretty consistent. Yeah, Jags, Chargers. I think that you got to give it to the Chargers.
Yeah.
Because they're still 7-4.
I know, and they're so weird, and they got smoked
by the Commanders in week 4 as well.
They did.
Okay, Chargers win, most schizophrenic team. Congratulations.
So wild.
Which, by the way, that's their history as being that team, right?
Yeah.
It's weird how those things stay from team to team, regardless of the coaching changes and stuff. Ravens-Browns game. I just wrote down Steelers and Ravens 4-seed battle. We've really talked about that. Panthers-Falcons game. Panthers pull out. Penix is on the IR, so the Falcons are cooked if they weren't already. Bucks and Panthers 4-seed battle. You know, they still play each other twice.
Yep. You never know.
Rooting for the Panthers. Texans-Titans. We talked about, Texans pulled this out barely. And we talked about that kind of AFC battle for a playoff spot. And then Cowboys-Raiders, emotional game on Monday night. Raiders-wise, I mean, Geno's just a consistent D-tier quarterback this year. So it's, fill in the quarterback with the Raiders. They're always going to be down in that lower level. That's a tragic franchise. I mean, they're too bad to even be angry at this point. That's why they don't qualify as the angriest fans.
Yeah, I've got a good buddy, Thomas. Shout out Thomas. He listens to our pod. He's a big Raiders fan. Let's give him an air horn. This is for you, Thomas. This is for you, big time. Yeah, dude. Anyway, Thomas is an awesome guy. We go running together. He's very, very cool, dude.
Run Ross Run on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the plug. Yeah, he's, he always talks about their lack of offensive line and that they just can't block. And he's so right. I mean, when you watch them, the amount of pressure that Geno faces right away is a lot. And then the pocket collapses, and he's forced some really bad balls. And some of that's got to be attributed to the amount of pressure he's facing. And also Genty. I mean, Genty.
I was going to say.
Dude, he's like.
Remember Ashton Genty?
I know, right? He got swallowed up for that safety, too. Poor guy had no room to run on that play. But I was in the broadcast, they mentioned that I think, don't quote me on this number, but I think it was he averages 1.4 yards per rushing attempt before facing contact. Yeah. And that's like the lowest in the league. And it's like, dude, the guy, I mean, he can't even find a hole before he's getting tackled.
Well, we did see a couple offensive linemen in that high in that projection. So the Raiders are probably going to get a guy like Francis Malgoa from Miami.
Yeah.
Spencer Fano from Utah.
Shore up that line. Or do you go QB? I mean, Geno Smith's kind of like,
Fernando Mendoza.
I mean,
Latino, he fits perfect.
Fits the culture.
In Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, they definitely have some positions they need to address.
Yeah.
The line is one of them.
Cowboys, we mentioned Dak, number 3 quarterback in the NFL this year. They have possibly the best receiver duo in the NFL this year, short of maybe Puka and Devontae, or Jamar and T were the guys that were.
You're not putting AJ Brown and Devontae Smith in that conversation?
Look at their stats. Fucking Eagles.
I think a year ago you might have said that.
Yeah.
I just mentioned that because of all the drama that is surfacing. I thought you would appreciate
AJ's
that.
Complaining after every win. God, I hate the Eagles. Cowboys only have 4 wins, and we're headed into week 12.
Okay, so
That's crazy when you phrase it like that.
I know it is. And then we're also like, hey, they might be in contention down the stretch. It's wild.
I mean, they have 2. I looked at their schedule.
It's tough.
Every NFC East schedule, which is why the Commanders were projected to go under 9.5.
That's true. It's tough to conference and division.
The Eagles have somehow managed to win the games, but
have.
So Cowboys, look, I mean, they're a perpetually furious fan base too. Better than the Raiders, but in the end, the Raiders played in a Super Bowl more recently than they did.
Yeah.
But for an offense that good, that's a frustrating team too. But
yeah, if you're the Steelers, how do you feel watching Pickens each week? Because, dude, Pickens is nice,
why
man.
the fuck would they get? Well, I guess he just wasn't. He didn't want to play there.
It wasn't the right fit.
He made the decision to not
Yeah.
want to be there. effectively.
I mean, is he still behaving the way? Like,
Oh,
is
no.
there potential that he'll be like that eventually on the sidelines if
Dude
things
is
don't
happy
go
as
right?
hell. Look at what
It looks like it. It
mean-
looks like he's a changed guy.
he had. Absolute shit quarterbacks last year.
Yeah.
But
You get Rodgers
would
this
think-
year.
yeah, you would think that. I think they traded him before they signed Rodgers. But yeah, you think there's a world where they say, hey,
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah.
Hall of Famer coming in.
We do.
But
They
whatever.
lost some picks for Metcalf. They made a deal for Metcalf. I mean, dude, Pickens is some of the moves he makes, his ability to run after the catch. He's a force.
All right. We've covered week 11. This has been a long pod, but it's been great. Appreciate you sticking
Oh, I
around.
love it, dude.
We're
Love
at an hour
talking
30.
football. I had so much this past Sunday was like one of the only Sundays this year where I was able to plant myself and enjoy it.
Oh, nice.
Obviously I'm paying attention to what's going on, still reading about it, watching highlights and stuff. But in terms of don't bother me for a few hours.
You're in Chico, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was glorious. And it was watch the whole Niners game, watch the other stuff in the morning. Oh, man, watch the Bucks and the Bills going at it. It was just beautiful.
It's nice.
Can't wait to do it again.
I will say, in terms of
Been
viewing
so busy.
experience, the fact that Red Zone is $15 a month versus paying for actual what's it even called? I don't know what it's called on YouTube TV. You got to pay for YouTube TV.
Oh, yeah, the Game Pass
Ticket. Yes,
game.
any ticket?
Direct, yeah.
Dude, that's such a phenomenal deal.
Yeah.
$15 a month.
Yeah.
To get Red Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Every week.
Oh, yeah.
Sign me the fuck up. Okay, we're gonna talk week 12 spreads. We're gonna make our picks.
I don't want to do it.
Ross is. Last week he was 6-9. We were both 6-9 last week.
6-7.
Week before that, we've had wobbly mics, wobbly cameras. Week before that, you were 10-4, and I was 4-10.
I'd like to go back and double check that. I don't think I was.
I made some mistakes this week. I'm mad at us.
I don't think I was. I was shocked when you said I was 10-4.
So this season, we've started in week 7, so we're 5 weeks in. Ross is 37-33. I am 30-40.
I got a winning percentage?
I'm getting crushed. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
risky.
up 7 games on me.
I don't know, dude. I don't buy it.
So we're gonna make
back.
picks on the spot.
Someone go back and tally it up.
We're gonna make picks on the spot.
Thomas, I'll pay you $5.
Thursday night,
Just kidding.
Bills at Texans. Buffalo -6. Let's take a second to think.
I'm going to take Buffalo. That's
Against
crazy.
Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my point differential. 6-3 versus 5-7. They're pretty much the same. I'm going with the Houston Texans because that defense is going to keep the game close. Oh, shit, I got to write these down, don't I?
Where is that game?
It's in Houston.
Okay, well, I think you're going to get me. I haven't had much luck on the Thursday night games the last couple of weeks.
Okay, we
The
got
fact that Vegas totally
+6. I have
changed the line of the Patriots-Jets late really screwed me.
You know what? You probably should have got that one. I think I kind of cheated with that a little bit. It came down to that half point. You know what? We're gonna give that one to you. I'm gonna change the record.
No, dude.
Dude, there were like 3 or 4 games that lost by half a point last week.
These guys are so good at figuring this stuff
I know.
out.
Okay, where we at? Okay, Jets at Ravens. Ravens by 13.5.
13.5? Holy shit.
At home. Ravens rocking the 0.1 versus the Jets 5.9. It's only a 6-point. It is the Lamar Ravens, though. So the problem with the Ravens point differential, which is what I'm using to make picks, which doesn't work, is that this isn't the Lamar point differential. So I should calculate that. 13.5. What do we got here? These are rapid picks, folks. We probably should do this ahead of time or maybe even off pod, but whatever. Jets at Ravens. Fields going into Baltimore. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one.
Lamar's on the injury report again.
What?
With an ankle.
Thanks for telling me.
For the second straight week.
I'll take him anyways.
Yeah, he'll probably play and be fine. I'm going to take the Ravens too.
Okay.
I went against the Patriots last week when they faced the Jets.
Yep.
And the margin of victory was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like the Patriots or the Ravens will win by more than 13? That's the question.
If Lamar plays, yeah, they will.
That's so tough.
Steelers at Bears with probably Mason Rudolph. Bears by 2.5.
Let's go Mason, dude. My new favorite QB. I'm going to take Chicago, though.
Okay, so Bears minus 2.5. And so the Bears have a low point differential. Minus 0.6. So they've gone up a little bit. And then the Steelers are 1.4. So they're at 2 points more. You give the Bears 1.5 for home field. That knocks it down to 1 point. Steelers are 2 points better. I'm going to go Steelers.
I like your analysis into your calculations.
That makes sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Patriots at Bengals. Patriots favored by 8.5.
Patriots favored by 8.5.
So again, for the listener, and we might be losing listeners at this point, you give them a 1.5 for being at home. So it's really a 7. They're saying the Patriots are 7 points better. I'm definitely going Pats on this one because they have a way bigger point differential margin. Pats minus 8.5. Keep riding them. God, they get to play the Bengals. What a fucking team. This Patriots team. I saw a funny meme on Instagram about how the Bills, it's just somebody like bawling, crying from a film, and how the Bills blew their 5-year window to win basically while the Patriots sucked because now the Patriots are good again. There's kind of some truth to that. New England minus 8.5 in Cincinnati.
Have you seen the Peyton Manning, Josh Allen trying to break the Buffalo curse videos?
Yeah, which I think is going to work.
They're so good, dude. They're so funny. I love them.
Who
Wait,
you
you
got?
think they're going to work, but now you just said the Patriots are good again?
Yeah, but okay. I said that's kind of true. I said
Kind of true.
I would. Oh man, I hope the Bills get to play the Patriots in the playoffs
That'd be cool.
and beat them. And I hope the Bills beat their ass when they play them the second time. Who you got there?
No. Patriots.
Patriots. Okay.
Are we similar?
No, don't worry about that.
I am.
Okay,
I
Giants at Lions with Jameis Winston. Lions at home minus 10.5 against the Jameis Winston-led Giants. New coach.
I'm going to take the Lions.
Yeah, so we got Lions still with that great point differential, largely because of their home scoring 7.6 versus the Giants 5.73. That's a 13-point difference. Ooh, that's right on the cusp. So 13-point difference.
It's 10.5.
We take, okay, so they're saying 9. Yeah, so that's Lions for me.
I bet you that's going to be a high-scoring game.
You think Jameis? Lions might do some on defense.
I just feel like Detroit's going to score like 42.
Yeah.
And the Giants will probably score like 20.
I'm playing Jameson Williams in fantasy this week. Vikings at Packers. Green Bay favored by 6.5 at home.
6.5.
They lost to the Panthers at home. They struggled a bit against the Giants. They lost to the Browns. They struggled against the Cardinals. but 1. Can the Vikings do anything? I mean, what the Vikings point differential at minus 1.4, but that's inflated from that huge win over Cincinnati. But they did beat the Lions. Remember that? They beat the Bears. Remember that? And now they have the Lions again. Bit of a revenge game. The Lions have about a 9-point advantage on them with point differential this year. So we reduce that down to... Yeah, I'm going to go... Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I'm sorry. Vikings, Packers. Sorry. These teams have not played yet, correct? So the Vikings, Packers have about a 6-point difference. We take that down to 5 with home field. I like the Packers.
I'm taking the Packers too.
6.5. Okay. Maybe I cut this section off of the pod and have like a little bonus pick thing or something.
Keep it in.
Okay. Colts and Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs.
Oh, Colts at Chiefs this week. That woke me up.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
We were both yawning there for a second. I think I fell asleep for those picks. No, I am now. Colts at Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 3. What?
It's must win for KC. I'm taking them.
You are?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm taking them, bruh.
If I lose this bet,
what? Then what?
I don't know. Nothing. Seahawks at the Titans, favored by 13.5 on the road. Good golly, Miss Molly. What's their point differential combination here? Seahawks plus 10.1. Titans minus 13, the worst in the league. We have a 23-point difference. So I'm going with the Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks.
Hawks minus 13.5. Hawks. Oof. Sam Darnold's going to be eaten in Tennessee.
I don't know.
We haven't had what's the biggest upset of the season?
That's a great question.
Browns over Packers and Raiders over New England in week 1.
Week 1, which is kind of tough.
It's like a preseason game.
Yeah.
But technically.
Yeah. What's
those
the
are
other
two
Packers lost to? The Packers have 2
Panthers,
massive
just
upsets.
the Panthers, and then I forget their loss, but yeah. This, I mean, I guess I bring that up because there's got to be one crazy. I mean, I guess the Panthers were 12.5-point underdogs, so that was the biggest upset of the season. Even though the Panthers are now over 500.
Decent team.
So
yeah, maybe this is it. Come on, Tennessee.
Seahawks. I mean, they can't lose. I don't know. Yeah. What do you got here?
You're right. Oh, I'm taking
we
the
already
Hawks
we already
too.
picked
Yeah.
you. Jags at Cardinals. Jags favored by 2.5 on the road. The Jaguars have sucked, but they've also beat the Chiefs. Let's not forget. Jags 1.4, and then the Cardinals minus 3.2. So we got a 4.8 advantage for the Jags going into Cardinals.
Jags. I got the Jags.
Yeah, this says that the Cardinals really have or the Jags. Oh, no. Oh, so this goes the other way. So this is saying the Jags are 4 points better. Their point differential is 4.8. So this is, I'm going against it. I'm going Cardinals.
Good one.
Jags minus 2.5. Sometimes you got to go with your gut. Those are probably the only ones I've won. I don't even know. I'm so bad at this. Browns at Raiders. The Raiders favored by 3.5 against Shedeur Sanders. I'm not even going to look at this.
I'm taking the Browns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
You are crazy.
I know. I want Shedeur, dude. I'm going for Shedeur this week. That'd be cool,
Okay,
dude.
I got the Raiders.
Do you know how good it would be for the league if Shedeur had a good game? The league would go crazy.
This is my lock of the week. Although the Browns have a good defense. They're a little schizophrenic too.
They do.
Eagles at Cowboys. Eagles favored by 3.5. Not much, frankly. This is low key.
Big game.
Best defense versus one of the best offenses.
Yeah. Although, yeah.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rooting for the Cowboys like this in my life. I want to see them. They have a weak defense. Ooh, what happens here? I want to take the Cowboys just because I want to feel good pick here.
I love it.
Minus 3.5.
I'm there with you, dude.
You're taking them.
They're gonna win.
Oh, that'd be.
They're
great.
gonna They're going to win.
If they do, suddenly their playoff chances bump
Increase.
big time. And that Eagles 1 seed. I mean, I do not want the Eagles to have the bye. That's all I want.
Oh, totally.
I don't want them
everything
to
when they
go
play
through
on the road.
Philly
Yeah.
in the playoffs. Falcons at Saints. Falcons favorite. Get the fuck out of here. Falcons with Kirk Cousins favorite on the road.
Dude, they're going to do it. I'm taking the Falcons.
Saints, you're giving me points with the Saints? Thank you. And then we have 2 more games. Sunday night, Bucks at Rams. Rams only favored by 6.5 at home.
Only? I feel like that's a big margin.
I'm going Rams.
I'm going to take the Bucks.
Okay. And your game of the year. Upset Central. Bryce Young goes into San Francisco. They cover.
I feel like they will
cover the
cover.
+7. What do you got?
I think they're going to cover, but I'm taking the Niners to win. I do. That's such a large margin.
Okay. You know what? I'm changing my Niners.
Okay, I'll go Niners.
Changing mine back to the Panthers.
Come on, Panthers now.
No, I think the Niners will. No, you know what? I actually am sticking with the Panthers.
I think I'm going to go Panthers too.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a close game, dude.
Panthers +7. Okay. All right. We just broke the record for the longest AC Sports podcast, hour 47.
Woo!
The bathroom break. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Our numbers are going up. We didn't do a mini board meeting.
We will.
The reels are looking good.
Yeah.
At AC Sports Podcast,
Woo!
Instagram at AC Sports Pod.
Let's go.
You can follow me at Derek All Sweet. You can follow
you can.
the entire podcast network and all the podcasts we have here at All Sweet Collection.
And on Facebook.
And on Facebook. Bro, you preempted my horn, dog.
I stole the horn juice. Oh, no.
Plug. What do you got to plug?
Oh,
Ross?
man. Just AC Sports Pod, dude, on
Oh,
YouTube.
come
I got to
on.
plug a little 49ers, getting a dub, man. I don't know what to plug.
We
Plug
need to
Run
get-
Ross Run, maybe, on the old IG. Follow my running journey. Plug a little Pauly Sat. There's a lot of things happening in AC Sports' world. Living Directors podcast.
Thank
If you
you.
want some South Park action,
He's a
dude.
selfless
Follow
guy.
my boy AC Sports over there. That's what I'm plugging.
Look, we got to get Ross to. I think you're like a dozen away from 1,000 on Instagram and
Am
TikTok.
I? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
This guy's so humble he doesn't even pay attention. Let's
No.
get Ross at Run Ross Run to 1,000. If there is anyone watching this on the reels, at least.
Yeah. Run Ross Run. IG, check me out. We'll do some fun runs, man.
I got to try to make it to an Addison Winslow
Get in there.
speech, but I think I got to stay here and edit. AC Sports Podcast. Any final words? I'm trying to end it on
Let's
something
go Niners.
clever. Let's go Miami defensive end. All right. Till next week.
Peace.
We out. Good Lord.
Oh.